The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
There's no doubt that our country is in serious trouble right now. And if you're wondering how on earth we ever got in this situation, well, I'll tell you how. When the Democrats showed their true colors, you got angry and you elected Republicans. And then when the Republicans showed their true colors, you got angry and elected Democrats. And when anyone suggested to you that both parties were corrupt and that neither side were looking out for your best interest, you acted like they were crazy. But the real definition of crazy is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. That's why it is vitally important that you wake up, America, and break the matrix. Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.tv, and The Alex Jones Show, because there's a war on for your mind.
I want more candy. I want more video games. Line.
And it's that type of behavior that spurred me to do the research to develop a true nutraceutical formula that was designed to smooth out and help children focus. All of our children are hit with modern mind control. Television, music, fast food, GMOs, sugars, you name it. Young humans have not yet developed their nervous system and are being hammered daily by globalist concoctions. It's no wonder they can't focus and calm down and then are put on dangerous psychotropic drugs. Working with my team, we set out to find the best formula with the highest quality ingredients that children would actually like and take. We worked with the leading manufacturer in nutritional supplements that are safe for children to bring you the most affordable and powerful calming formula out there. Introducing Child Ease with herbs and calming extracts like chamomile and lemon balm and essential nutrients that taste great. Obtain your Child Ease today at InfoWarsLife.com. That's Child Ease exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com.
Using unparalleled research in the development of a synergistic formulation based around the key concepts of superoxygenation, the next level in cleansing is here. With key ingredients backed by real clinical studies, the new Oxy Powder, available through InfoWars Life, was invented during Dr. Group's research on the toxification of our bodies. Many herbal colon cleansers are harsh on the body and contain cheap and potentially dangerous ingredients, oftentimes full of synthetic fillers, GMOs, additives, or worse. Gently start cleaning your body with easy capsules that start working while you sleep. Oxy Powder does not require time off work, and there's no need for bad-tasting concoctions. Instead, Oxy Powder slowly releases monoatomic oxygen into the intestinal tract and body. Experience the astonishing cleansing power of superoxide and ozonide technology. Go to InfoWarsLife.com or InfoWarsStore.com to get started with Oxy Powder, or call 1-888-253-3139.
I want to tell you about Texas radio and the Big B. Comes out of the Virginia swamps, cool and slow with money and precision, and a backbeat narrow and hard to master. Some call it heavenly in its brilliance, others mean and rueful of the Western dream.
If you are receiving this transmission live from Austin, Texas, broadcasting worldwide, you are the Resistance. It's Alex Jones.
Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central, we're here live. InfoWars Live, hosted by yours truly, Alex Jones. Then we return weeknights, 7 o'clock Central with InfoWars Nightly News. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to go to your phone calls now, and then coming up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com, racist facts, close quote, white people don't dare talk about. Another story, parents shocked at her 5-year-old, handcuffed and shackled by police, was a special needs student. Washington Post laments that Pamela Geller offers no apology after terrorists attacked her event and free speech. They're running up the white flag on free speech by design to use the threat of terror as an excuse to shut down free speech. She's saying, you endanger people when you have free speech, therefore we shut it down. Alexa caught fixing ratings to target anti-Obama news sites. We show the graphics and the proof and our internal numbers that show our ratings are going up, but they say they've gone down 70% or so. I had our graphics guy, and we're going to add him to Watson's article right now, take Drudge, InfoWars, WorldNet Daily, and show, we're going to show this a little bit later after I take calls, because we're adding the graphics now. They just finished them. We take it off Alexa.com, owned by Amazon, basically run by the Obama administration on record, and we lay them over each other, showing October 1st is the date they engaged in this behavior. So we're going to be adding those. The graphs are already there, but we've overlaid them. It's stunning. October 1st last year. And we've seen all manner of other dirty tricks going on. I mean, this is big. This is, again, preying on their customers, preying on people that go there to get accurate info on where to advertise. This is, in my view, and the evidence is there, organized fraud. Organized unfair trade practices. And it's like they always announce, Drudge has viruses, and then it's not true. Different companies will go advertise their website on Drudge and then have a virus on their site, hoping you click through and then saying Drudge is giving people viruses. I mean, there's no end to them. They've tried it on us, different groups. These people won't stop. They want to shut us down. Do not take Infowars.com for granted. Do not take PrisonPlanet.com for granted. Do not take this news organization for granted. It is a miracle that we're still on air. All right, without further ado, drum roll, please. We are going to your phone calls. John from Texas disagrees on Jade Helm. Josh in Dakota disagrees with Alex on sensationalism. Well, I mean, reality is sensational. Obama opening the borders without law is sensational. Mike in Canada says, I'm losing my edge. Frank in North Carolina, I have double standards. Chris disagrees on taxes. You don't have to preface it that you like me or this or that. Just tell me where you disagree, and I'll give each one of you about a minute and a half, and then I will rebut and go to the next person. So, John in Texas, the former state of Texas, now FEMA Region 6, occupied, as Jon Stewart said, by the globalist. He celebrated it. Welcome, John. You're on the air.
Hi, Alex.
Go ahead.
You know, this Jade Helm, I think more has to do with attacking another country than what it does with us. If there's a heavy Caucasian element to this training exercise, they may be wanting to do something in Eastern Europe, maybe even attack Russia, because Russia stands in the way in the Middle East. They can't finish Assad off. They can't attack Iran. They got to deal with Russia first.
I actually totally agree with you. This is having joint applications for Eastern European deployments. NATO admits they're preparing for that and wargaming. They're wargaming off Alaska. They're wargaming off Nova Scotia. I've said from the start that I'm not mad at you, John, but that's a straw man because it has dual training. But they are also doing infiltration of local government training. You notice they said working with people on their farms. That'll be operatives they've got on the border with Russia. So I totally agree with you that it has dual purposes. But the overall reason is to condition the public by doing these drills out in the open.
No matter how you look at this exercise, Alex, whether it's to do with us or a foreign invasion or an attack, it's evil. Evil either way you look at it, it's evil.
Well, sure, but they're having riot control drills from Tennessee to California that they won't let us into, but we shoot through the fence. And then it's, I'm with the Tea Party. I'm a sovereign. You can't have my guns. I mean, I went to a Marine Corps drill with 3,000 Marines and over 2,000 foreign troops, and they kept saying, it's for Macedonia. It's for Macedonia. Well, yeah, they had a joint mission, but they had role players screaming, I'm an American. Don't take my guns. No, not the camp. And they had overhead satellite tracking, and they were training to fight militias, and they would catch, they let me in, but then their PR guy kept throwing me out. But we sent in people posing as citizens for a tour. They were cordoned off streets. It was in the city of San Francisco and, what's the town there? Oakland. I mean, it's a 2-hour film. People can watch it. So it was dual use. But then I had Marines, two non-commissioned officers, who were friends with some folks that I knew, show up a year later at Access Television in 1999. This was 2000 then. They're like, Alex, we like your show. You have no idea what was really going on. And they were simulating terrorists attacking by water and the terrorists were patriots. And they were simulating, and then they had drones up, and it's video. They're going, Death Star, Death Star. We're in control. We've got them moving, and we're just going to show you a minute of this. And then they showed us coming out of the hotel, the Marriott, and me throwing coffee on the ground that had been left in the car, and peeing up against a tree and stuff like that. Because I don't want to go back in. You know, you forget you got to pee and you're going to get in the car. And I mean, it was ridiculous. And I said, please let me show the public. They go, oh, no, we'd be arrested. In fact, don't talk about this for years. And then they left. And then my friends wouldn't even tell me who they were. They just go, oh, they're family. But, I mean, they used us in the simulation like we were added role players and we didn't even know it. So, believe me, I know all about these exercises. I've covered personally more than 30 of them. Go ahead. Anything else, Sean?
Well, I think maybe you can just Jade Helm exercise, Alex. Maybe everybody in Texas ought to open carry. Everybody just don't get threatening. Everybody carry their stuff with you, you know? That sort of send them a message right there.
It's going to be like the SAGE event they've been doing for 50 years, which is legitimate, except that it gets violent. People don't know what's going on. They've had people killed, I think, 3 times, twice by citizens, once by cops. Because you see people breaking into a warehouse and they've got guns. I mean, you know, the average person pulls a gun out and says, hit the ground. The Jade Helm guys think you're part of a drill, and then they point the gun at you and you shoot them. I mean, this has happened 3 times outside Fort Bragg. Because they operate 30, 40 miles out. I mean, what are the cops supposed to do when they see somebody aim, you know, with somebody else at gunpoint? They just shoot you. It's what you're supposed to do. And that's why people are really concerned. In fact, since you said this, and I'm going to Mike, Josh, Chris, Frank, don't hang up. These clips are short. Here is Thomas Meade, who actually runs with a private contractor, this giant multi-thousand special forces. You got 10-to-1 support, tens of thousands of troops, private contractors. Here he is in another Texas town admitting that they're going to be getting in people's cars, doing simulated illegal stuff. And then we have the colonel, I want to put this in a report, by the way, saying none of that's true and that we're liars 2 weeks later. So, see, they're lying to us. Their own Jade Helm handout says the things we've said, and then they tell the media it doesn't exist. Thank you, caller, John. Let's go to that short clip. Here it is.
Within the cities, you won't see most of this, I would tell you. For example, increased aircraft in the area at night. You'll see that out in the rural area. We have a resupply, an aerial drop that will occur, and then some paratroopers as well will jump into Martin County in early August. It won't happen within the city limits.
And there's another clip we should play. Let's go ahead and roll that one.
One of the things that we do as well, they will be carrying weapons, but it won't be live ammunition. It'll all be blank ammunition. Just to correct one thing that was in the newspaper on Sunday that I read was they'll have blank ammunition, but there will not be any explosions. We won't be setting off live demolition out here. The guys will be wearing civilian attire or a mixed uniform. They may be wearing fatigue bottoms and a T-shirt, but that's
they're trying to fight the Russians.
Ordinary
with
in
merch.
West Texas, from what I've seen, especially
So
during
dangerous.
hunting season. And they may be driving civilian vehicles throughout the area. So really, within the city limits, if you notice my guys, they're probably really doing something wrong.
Then they came to Austin, and Bastrop and said none of this was true, and they never said it, and laughed at us. Should we play the clip? We've got that cut out, right, where he says, the colonel, with this guy behind him, puppeting him, says, no, we're not going to be in the towns. We're going to be in plain clothes. That's ridiculous. I mean, it's just crazy. We should call it the lies of Jade Helm. Mike in Canada says, I'm losing my edge. Go ahead, Mike, and then we'll go to Chris and others. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex. So what I wanted to hit on was you could break the news tomorrow that America is being invaded, and America would just continue on like normally. But when you have debates and you come out on top of those debates, you'll notice with Piers Morgan, look what happened. I miss those. You had a little bit with Cenk Uygur. Also, you had some good debates with Max Kaiser.
Well, here's the deal. My show's big, but it's